Inland Taipan. One single bite from this snake carries enough venom to kill 100 grown adults. 100. Not 10, not 50. One bite, 100 people dead. The Inland Taipan lives deep in the Australian outback, in a place so remote most people will never set foot there. And that's probably a good thing. Its venom is a mix of neurotoxins and hemotoxins that attack your nervous system and your blood at the same time. Once it enters your bloodstream, your muscles start to break down, your blood stops clotting, your organs begin to shut off one by one. Without antivenom, you're looking at under an hour, maybe 45 minutes before your body just gives out. The thing is, almost nobody gets bitten. The Inland Taipan is shy, it avoids people, it hides, but the venom doesn't care about temperament. Drop for drop, this is the most toxic snake on the planet. Nothing else even comes close. Black Mamba. This is the fastest venomous snake on Earth. It moves at over 12 miles per hour, which doesn't sound like much until you realize you're standing in tall grass and it's already closing the distance. You don't outrun a black mamba, you just don't. It lives across sub-Saharan Africa, and when it feels cornered, it doesn't retreat, it strikes. Multiple times. In a single attack, a black mamba can deliver enough venom to kill 15 people. Each bite pumps neurotoxins into your system that shut down communication between your brain and your muscles. Your eyelids droop first, then your jaw locks, then your lungs stop working. Without antivenom, you're dead in under 6 hours, sometimes less than 1. And in rural Africa, where most bites happen, the nearest hospital can be a full day's walk away. The locals call it the shadow of death. Not because of how it looks, because of what happens after you see it. By then, it's already too late. King Cobra. Most snakes bite and disappear. This one stands up and looks at you. A king cobra can raise 1/3 of its body off the ground, which means a full-grown adult is staring at a snake eye to eye at 6 feet tall. That alone would be enough, but then it spreads its hood, lets out a deep growl-like hiss, and delivers enough venom in a single bite to bring down an Asian elephant. It lives across Southeast Asia, in forests, near rivers, sometimes in backyards. The venom is neurotoxic. It attacks your respiratory system directly. Your breathing slows, your chest tightens, your diaphragm stops contracting. You suffocate while fully conscious. But here's what makes the king cobra different from everything else on this list. It doesn't just bite and leave. It holds on. It chews. It pumps venom in waves, making sure the dose is enough. This snake doesn't want to warn you. It wants to finish the job. Saw-scaled viper. Forget the biggest. Forget the fastest. This snake is barely 2 feet long, looks like a piece of dried rope, and kills more people every year than any other snake on the planet. Any other one. It lives across the Middle East, India, and parts of Africa, in dry, sandy areas where people walk barefoot, where farmers work with their hands in the dirt, where kids play outside without shoes. And the saw-scaled viper sits there, coiled, the exact same color as the ground beneath it. You don't see it, you step on it, and then it bites. Fast. Sometimes 2 or 3 times before you even look down. The venom destroys your ability to clot blood. Cuts that should heal don't. Bruises appear out of nowhere. You start bleeding internally, from your gums, your nose, places inside your body you can't even see. Without treatment, you bleed out slowly. Not in minutes, over days. And in the rural villages where most bites happen, treatment isn't coming. Fer-de-lance. This is the snake responsible for more deaths in the Americas than any other. Not the rattlesnake, not the coral snake. This one. And it's not even close. It lives across Central and South America, in sugarcane fields, banana plantations, along dirt roads. Places where people work every day with their hands and feet close to the ground. The fer-de-lance is aggressive, fast, and it doesn't need a reason to strike. Get too close and it will hit you before you know it's there. But the venom is what makes this snake different. It's hemotoxic and it causes necrosis. The tissue around the bite doesn't just hurt, it dies. It rots. The skin turns black, the muscle underneath dissolves, and the damage keeps spreading outward from the wound hour after hour. Doctors sometimes have to amputate just to stop it. And even with treatment, the scarring is permanent. You survive a fer-de-lance bite, you carry it on your body for the rest of your life. Blue krait. This snake doesn't chase you, doesn't corner you, doesn't even bite you while you're awake. The blue krait waits until you're asleep. It lives across Southeast Asia, in rice paddies, in villages, sometimes inside houses. At night, it moves. Slowly. Quietly. It's attracted to warmth, which means it finds people lying on mats, on floors, in beds close to the ground. The bite is so gentle that most victims don't wake up. They don't feel it. That's the thing. The fangs are small and the strike is soft, almost delicate. But the venom is anything but. It's neurotoxic. It shuts down the signals between your brain and your lungs. Your breathing gets slower, shallower. Your body is paralyzed, but your mind can still be aware. Some victims wake up in the middle of the night unable to move, unable to scream, feeling their own breath disappearing. Without ventilation, you suffocate before sunrise. The mortality rate without treatment is over 80%. You go to sleep healthy, you just don't wake up. Eastern brown snake. The second most venomous snake on Earth doesn't live in a jungle, doesn't hide in a desert, it lives in your backyard. In suburban Australia, in garden sheds, under wood piles, next to swimming pools, in the grass your kids play on every afternoon. The eastern brown is fast, nervous, and territorial. It doesn't avoid humans the way most snakes do. It holds its ground. And if you surprise it, step too close, move too fast, it strikes without hesitation. Sometimes multiple times. The venom attacks your blood and your nervous system simultaneously. Your heart rhythm goes wrong. Your blood stops clotting. Your body starts shutting down in ways that don't even seem connected to a snake bite. But what makes the eastern brown terrifying isn't the venom, it's the context. This isn't a snake you find on a hike deep in the wilderness. This is a snake that shows up while you're mowing the lawn, while your dog is sniffing around the fence, while your daughter is riding her bike in the driveway. The danger isn't out there somewhere, it's home. Boomslang. This snake doesn't kill you fast. It lets you think you're fine. The boomslang lives in sub-Saharan Africa, mostly in trees. It's shy, rarely bites, and when it does, you barely feel it. The fangs are small. The wound looks like nothing. Most people who get bitten walk away thinking they got lucky. And for the next few hours, they feel completely normal. Then it starts. A headache. Nausea. Then you notice blood from your gums, from your nose, from the corners of your eyes. The venom is hemotoxic and it destroys your body's ability to form clots. You start bleeding from the inside out, everywhere. And by the time you realize what's happening, the damage is already done. The most famous case is Carl Patterson Schmidt, a herpetologist, a man who studied snakes for a living. In 1957, he was bitten by a boomslang at the Field Museum in Chicago. He thought he'd be fine. He was so sure that he went home and started a diary, writing down his own symptoms like a science experiment. Headache, bleeding gums, blood in his urine. He documented everything, calmly, clinically, convinced his body would fight it off. He died the next afternoon. The diary was found next to his bed. A snake expert, killed by a snake he didn't think could kill him.